Nice little setup chapter going into Chainsaw Man. I I have like this very curious position of what exactly is going to be going on with this. Uh, I still think they're Russian. I'm guessing that I think the name Polka's Russian. I still haven't seen. Give me an explanation. Otherwise, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I Because Russia has to be involved in this. We already know that they already have a lot of people invested in coming towards the chainsaw, but with like America, Germany, and China, Russia, it's got to be something big. Frozen land cabin kind of place hunting. Very, I don't know, something about it makes me think Russian. Anyway, you have like these characters, these new guys, and they're hanging out with Denji and Power, and they're just like getting food. It looks like getting lunch, eating like burgers, and here you have Power, who's just upset that she has to eat vegetables, and Denji happy to eat them. Like Denji doesn't care. Denji's just happy to have food. Like dude used to eat like a piece of bread like a day to try and keep himself alive. But at that point, he's like trying to get Power to eat like a tomato, and then she just like apparently is so sickened by it that she runs off to go throw up, and she's like in tears, like she's just unable to like fathom it. And there's something about Power's character that's always just so entertaining. I think it's just because she's so strange. But then you have that woman who trains that guy Tolka just kind of like walk by, and she ends up stabbing Denji 3 times with a nail, and she ends up having a. I wonder if like because she says that she has the Curse Devil. She's got a contract with the Curse Devil, and we still don't know in Chainsaw Man if there's more than one for each devil. I'm guessing there's a couple for each one, and then you get some that are just very specific, something like the Gun Devil or the Chainsaw Devil, anything like that, where it's just very weird. Versus something as easy as a Blood Devil, where it's like okay, yeah, it's one of those things where I could easily more of them, rather than if we got something kind of like I'm trying to start to think of something like that, like a Plasma Devil or something just crazy like that. It's like okay, I could see one of those, but it'd be very strange to pull up multiple, or Bomb Devil, old Reze if she's alive out. But now she's like saying how he needs to go and take care of this last one. She gives him the nail, and she's like, if get this done, then I can show you some of the devils that I have contracts with, and whatever the next step that is in their whole like weird little journey will be. Like the whole first part of the chapter, to be perfectly honest, like I thought it was interesting, but it didn't have my attention too much. I've been this Tolka guy, not to be hating on him, but like he's probably, to me at least, out of the 4 assassin groups right now, probably the least interesting. But that's because we don't really know anything about him. Like the 3 brothers are very weird. They have this weird thing where they say that they think they're immortal. We have the Chinese woman who now has she's got a harem of fiends, which we can easily see any of these weird big scary lesbian horde that they're gonna be. They got at least something interesting by default. The fact that she's like this eye patch assassin with 4 fiend concubines, and then the Santa Claus guy, because he's the most hyped one, but he's also like the creepiest one, which by default he's gonna have like a intriguing position, even if he obviously a very bad person. But more of my interest was in this chapter was the paired up interactions between Kobeni and the Violence Fiend. And Kobeni's like saying how she never really had like anything in life, and Kobeni's character always makes me very she always just makes me really just want to give her a hug. Like you have the Violence Fiend, like they like apparently mashed some devil, like some big weird creepy hand and eyeball monster, while Kobeni's like hiding behind a wall. And we've seen her in action when she actually fights, but we don't know the layout of what like gets her up into that spot of like, does she have to be in some weird mindset? Is it our devil that gets her super focused and super athletic and stuff? But now she's like hanging out with the the Violence Fiend, and they end up going ice cream, and she's like saying how like, because he can't eat me because he's got that mask on. We know he's constantly had poison put in his body through the mask that kind of like hinder him, and she's saying how she's only ever had ice cream once, and it was like in she was a little kid in grade school, and she got her parents to buy her some at her birthday, but she ended up tripping and dropping it, and it's just so sad. I feel bad for it. It just sounds like she lives a sad life. It just sounds like very unfortunate, and we know that she's like in this job to pay for her brother, who her parents seemingly like way more, to go through school. It just sounds like she's gotten a dick deal since like birth. But now she's found like a good friend. Got the, she's got the violence fiend, and he's saying how she asks like why he doesn't seem very violent, and like it was seem like outside of combat, like he seems pretty nice, but it looks like when he became a fiend, he actually has a lot of his human brain still intact. So he's got like a lot of he's got like a way more of a human side to him from whoever had the body that he ended up taking. And he ended up getting, saved by Makima. And he's had this more kind of like thing about like love and peace. I'm very curious to know how much of that is a lie, how much of that is him just saying stuff, or if it is just he's a much nicer fiend than most normal ones. And I would like that, because we haven't seen a lot of the more humanized versions, like seeing them much more in like a person's light. Denji in some ways, but Denji is more of a, he's like a hybrid. He's not the same as like fiend. Power is power. I mean, we can kind of see it with Beam, I guess. You can get with Beam, but fiend, the violence fiend as well. Makes you wonder when we're gonna get his name as well. They just call him Violence. I did look at that panel when he's like says he loves peace, and he's got like the peace sign out, and just like looking at it, I don't know if Fujimoto messed up the panel, because it's on his like left side, but that's clearly his right hand, right? Because of the way that his thumb is. So he's either messed up the drawing, or he's got his peace sign across his chest, which I mean easily he could do. Very strange though if he does. But he's like saying he likes he likes peace as well. Like Koben's like, I also really just enjoy like a peaceful life. But at that point they get one of the three brothers that they are disguised, and they're saying how like they need help, that their partner, or his partner and Master were both killed, and they need to get to a phone. They rush off, and I'm wondering like what his plan is right now. What exactly is he going to do with this? Where is this little scheme going? What exactly is he going to like try and get them to go back to their base and maybe lead them to Denji? Because obviously they're after Denji, but it looks like they're going to be the first out, I'm guessing, because they're the first ones getting really like pushed into it. Either that or like the Tolka guy. I mean, it's very obvious that the Santa Claus dude is going to be the last one in this out of the four, and he's hyped up to be the most powerful. It wouldn't surprise me if right now he's watching all the other assassins, like he knows they're there, and he's just monitoring them to kind of like see what works for them and what doesn't, and what areas they're going to exploit. Now you have Aki, who's like saying how because Denji realizes that they're being used as bait to draw out these assassins, and he's not like too happy about it. So is Aki, or so is Power. But Aki's just like, I mean, yeah, we're trying to get them to draw you out, and it's going to be harder to kill you guys than to kill us. So leaving you guys out in the open, fair game. But Aki's smart. He knows how to work them, and he's like, listen, if we're able to get these guys taken care of, then we can go to Enoshima with Makima like you wanted, and that wins over Denji. But what are they going to do with Power? And then it's like, okay, Power, what do you want? She's like, she wants to suck a human's blood until they die. And he's like, all right, then you can suck Denji's blood until until he dies. And Power's just all on board now. She's excited and she's having fun, and I think she's gonna enjoy it more that it's Denji's, because I'm pretty sure she likes to pick on Denji more than just like a normal person. We already know she likes to mess with him. I still always love that part when she wants like, I'm bored, do you want to wrestle? And he's like, no, you always try and kill me, stop. I think that's like one of the perfect panel, is the show of just like their interactions and their relationship, just because it was so strange, yet it really just it's so easy to understand how like she would want to do that in Denji's reaction. But other than that, comment below, tell me your thoughts about this chapter. Like I said, it was a very quick to read, because it was mostly like set up for like two of the assassination groups, and then just to get Denji and Power in the mindset of combating these guys. But I would really appreciate if you comment below, thumbs up the video, from the like button, subscribe button, and check out my other videos. I appreciate everyone who's already subscribed, and I thank you all for listening. Bye.